Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today I'm going to be playing a little bit of World of Warships. Basically, I'm just giving you guys a really quick update on why the channel's been quiet for a couple of days. I had intended to continue my Scourge of War series and Scourge of War Antietam. Additionally, I was hoping to play some War in the Pacific Admirals edition, and so far you've seen none of that. That's somewhat of an uncharacteristic weekend for me with no videos, and here's the reason why. I bought a new power supply a couple of weeks ago, but hadn't installed it yet in my computer. It's a EVGA 1000-watt power supply. And I also bought, and I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but I also bought a 1080, an EVGA also, an EVGA manufactured Nvidia 1080, which is not all the rage now that the 2000 series is out for the Nvidia graphics cards, but nonetheless is still a very good card. One of the best, probably 3 or 4 cards on the market, and will remain so for quite some time. Unless I'm trying to do like 4K multi-monitor, streaming, which I probably won't be doing any of for a while. This card can basically do everything and smash it with ease. So it was Friday, I think it was, when the card came in, and I was installing it on my computer, and I was not thinking. I will say thank God, when I got the new power supply, the old one was directly connected. It didn't have it's a modular power supply. The old one didn't have cords you could remove for the motherboard, the CPU. Those were actually connected directly to the power supply. And so I obviously I took those off the board and off the CPU. I took the graphics card off as well. And I used the new cords for all of those items, which came with the EVGA power supply. What I didn't do was I was lazy, and for my two of my hard drives, actually for 3 hard drives, for my solid state drive and my 2 optical disk drives, as well as for my DVD drive, they were hooked up via, I think it's called a Thermalink, but basically it's 3 connectors all into one that goes into your power supply, and then a 4th one for the DVD. I reuse those from the old power supply and the new power supply, because hey, they're the same, 6-pin connectors or whatever. You just put them in and it'll run, right? Well, no. Apparently the pin layout, even though they are 6, whatever you call it, like it's the same number of plastic little things that go into the power supply, but the actual metal pins, the metallic pins that draw the power, was a different layout on the old power supply's cords to the new one. So long story short, and this is already long enough, I shorted out 2 hard drives, corrupted the solid state boot drive, and potentially, I'm not quite sure yet, potentially damaged my DVD disc. And so everything I had, with the exception of the things, I had like photos and sort of important documents and things like that, all on an external hard drive backed up. But all of my gameplay, all of my downloads, all of my saves, I didn't think to back those up more than one place. Like I had them each on sort of a duplicate hard drive internally, but because I shorted out all the drives internally and then had to do a wipe of the SSD to try and get it back up and running, I lost all that. So all my saves, all the videos, the commentary, all of that, it's gone. I'm in the process of downloading over 200 gigabytes of games at the moment. And I had actually recorded a comparison video of Rome Total War, because it has a built-in benchmarking thing, and I figured, it's easy to show. Rome Total War Thrones of Britannia, I had recorded a benchmark with that I intended to back up against a benchmark of Thrones of Britannia here using the 1080, but I don't have, obviously, the original footage because that was all lost. So that was fun. I had to buy 2 new hard drives. I got a 1 terabyte Western Digital optical drive, and then I decided, previously I had 2 optical drives, a 500 and a terabyte, and then I also had a 240 gigabyte solid state drive. I was able to salvage the solid state drive, but the 2 optical drives are gone, so I replaced the 500 gigabyte and the 1 terabyte with a 500 gigabyte Samsung SSD and then a 1 terabyte optical drive by Western Digital. So now I have about 740 gigs of solid state memory and about a terabyte of optical. So that should help some performance. I also got everything all squared away with the right cables, everything up and running, installed. So things are going better now, but it was somewhat of a less productive weekend. I ended up going up to see some family for part of the weekend, so I've been out of pocket for a little bit. I'm still hoping maybe tomorrow to get to work on my War in the Pacific turn, and I'd like to get back to streaming on Twitch as well, but I'm in the process of recompiling everything and getting everything all back in order, so it may be a little bit slower than usual for a little bit while I figure everything out. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick channel update on what's going on and kind of sharing my own embarrassment. It's not the first time I've had technical troubles with my computer builds. My second build ever, so this was like 5 years ago, I actually shorted out my motherboard because I installed it wrong and it was grounding itself, and hook it up to the power, and all of a sudden you get a poof and a smell of smoke. My first ever computer build actually has been the smoothest of any of the efforts that I've had to do, and I'm maybe it's because my wife you know, made the put the computer together with me and was kind of playing quarterback, and she's better at puzzles than me, so she also has a little bit more common sense than me. But in any event, real quick update to let you guys know what's going on. Hopefully we'll have some stuff tomorrow, but if not, that's what I'm working through right now. I appreciate you all sticking in, you know, hanging in there. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm out.